This is your Storm Tracker team forecast first.
Well, good Sunday evening. Here's your forecast first. Believe it or not, we only reached a high today of 66 degrees. Our normal sits at 79 degrees. No worries, though. We only have about 24 more hours of this cold spell before we start to warm things right back up. I'm going to have details on that in just a few minutes. But first, NBC Local 33 News at 5 starts right now.
Danielle, thank you very much. Coming up, cleaning up. That's what residents in North Louisiana and South Mississippi are doing tonight after weekend storms ravaged through. We'll tour the damage. And web of anger, social media posts from the man at the center of 3 church fires in our state speaking against the Baptist religion. We'll have a closer look. Plus, room for one more. The latest Democrat eyeing the Oval Office making his bid official today. Just who is Pete Buttigieg and why you'll be hearing his name a little more often.
Live and Baton Rouge proud. You're watching Local 33 News at 5.
And a good evening at 5 o'clock. I'm Harrison Golden. Thank you so much for joining us here for Local 33 News at 5. And we do start with people in North Louisiana picking up the pieces tonight after a severe storm rolled through, leaving trails of floodwater and debris. In the Ouachita Parish town of Blanchard, residents are clearing a pathway through their front yards. And there's one home being swallowed by trees. You're seeing it right there, brought down by those thunderstorms. Now, over in the town of Sterlington, heavy rain made way for major flooding. You can see the water that's covering area roads, most of which remain closed tonight. In neighboring Mississippi, residents spent the day cleaning up after a likely tornado moved through Jackson County. That all happened at around 3 a.m. this morning. Katarina Lukatich met folks who say the sound of the storm woke them up.
It uprooted trees and blew the roof clean off houses. It wasn't an alarm, but the sound of the storm that woke up many in Escatapa.
I've always heard stories of, you can always tell if a tornado's passing by because it sounds just like a train, and I believe that now because I heard it firsthand. The
storm tore parts of homes apart, sending them flying into other people's yards.
I mean, you can see the board in my tree here.
Everyone I spoke with is just glad no one was hurt in the storm overnight, but there is a lot to clean up here in this community along the river.
This was a covered porch here, and we heard the loud rumbling and blew the windows out.
More than a dozen homes were damaged in the likely tornado. This is the second time in just a few months people in this community are left to clean up after a storm. An EF1 tornado touched down in the same area back in October. People here saying once again they'll clean up and remain grateful, knowing it could have been much worse. In Jackson County, Mississippi, I'm Katarina Lukatich.
Katarina, thank you so much. Back here in Louisiana now, new light on the suspect tied to 3 Louisiana church fires, with an acquaintance now hinting at racial bias. That acquaintance says just days before his arrest, Holden Matthews used an alias to respond to a Facebook post about African spirituality. He called Baptists brainwashed people, unquote, looking for happiness in, quote, a religion that was forced on their ancestors. The motive for the burnings remains under investigation. Tonight at 10 o'clock, you'll be hearing from Governor John Bel Edwards, who spoke at a unity service for all 3 churches. In your local election headquarters tonight, a trip to South Bend, Indiana, where Mayor Pete Buttigieg has made his 2020 White House bid official. His announcement today capped off months of speculation. Buttigieg is in his 8th year as South Bend's mayor. Before that, he served 8 years in the U.S. Navy. He told rally goers it's time to, quote, walk away from the politics of the past.
And that's why I'm here today, to tell a different story than Make America Great Again. Because there's a myth being sold to industrial and rural communities. The myth that we can stop the clock and turn it back. It comes from people who think the only way to speak to communities like ours is through resentment and nostalgia. They're selling an impossible promise of returning to a bygone era that was never as great as advertised to begin with.
Now, if elected, Buttigieg would be the youngest commander-in-chief ever and first openly gay person to hold the office. He joins a crowded Democratic field of some 20 presidential hopefuls. An all-male college in Georgia will soon start welcoming transgender men to campus. Starting in fall 2020, Morehouse College in Atlanta will begin accepting students who self-identify as men. Morehouse now is the only all-male historically black college in the U.S. The move comes after Spelman College, a private historically black all-women's school in Atlanta, adopted a similar policy in 2017, enrolling those who identify as women. Coming up, we'll meet someone who's no stranger to the Masters, and we're not talking about a golfer. We'll also be talking about this guy who very much is a golfer. Tiger Woods is back on top. His comeback story for the ages. Well, the Masters Tournament is one of the 4 major championships in professional golf. The winners have already been declared. We'll talk about that in just a bit. But what about the person behind the golfer? The caddy, of course. Ashley Osborne was at the Masters, and he gives us a look at Fanny Sunesson.
Sunday at the Masters, the day champions become green jackets, and a critical person to help them get that coveted article of clothing, their caddies. We talked to Henrik Stensons for the week, who's unlike any out on the course. Fanny Sunesson, the only female caddy to have been on the bag for a Masters champion.
What does it mean to you to hold that title?
I mean, I love this place. So to me, to caddy for Nick when he won here, it was just amazing. So I'm really proud of that.
And it was not once, but twice. She was Nick Faldo's caddy for his 1990 and 1996 green jacket victories. The necklace she wears, a gift from Faldo.
Yeah, it's really special to me.
And you've been in caddy retirement, but you came out of it to caddy for Stenson. How come?
Yeah, I had. I mean, I ended up caddying at the Open for Adam Scott last year, and I wasn't sure my back was going to make it, but it did, and it was fine. And I'm friends with Henrik, and he said, "Do you fancy working Augusta?" And I was like, "Yeah, definitely."
And this Masters week, she's working 2 jobs.
I'm working for Seymour Golf. It's a Swedish golf channel. I wanted to do it, you know, and so I've talked about the holes, how they play. I'm expert, so, well, they call me the expert.
She says that in humble fashion, but given the wins she's contributed to, it's clear she's most definitely an expert. She's also an advocate for the game, so she came a week early for the first Augusta National Women's Amateur.
I had no idea how many people was going to be here, and it was huge. So I think that was bigger than anyone knew. You know, I spoke to a few people in the crowd, and they were like, "This is amazing. This is historic. This is," you know, they had so much praise, and I think it's great for Augusta to do this.
This week, she helped Stinson make the cut and play through Sunday. And while she's one of the best caddies out there, she's also one of the most genuine people we interviewed all week.
Thank you so much. Now, how's this for a comeback story? Tiger Woods is back on top tonight. The 43-year-old winning his 5th Masters and 15th major title at the 83rd Masters in Augusta, Georgia this afternoon. Many students of the PGA thought the odds were against Woods following 4 back surgeries and no major titles in 11 years. Now, today's victory marks the first Masters win of his since 2005. Our very own Morgan Beard continues our Masters coverage a bit later on in our Go Nation Sports.
You should have seen my family text thread when that was going on. My phone was blowing up.
Yeah, I mean, well, we talk about those 2 golf stories that we just aired. The first one showing people it's possible that women can actually play such a great role on the PGA stage. And then, of course, this one about Tiger Woods. It's possible to make a comeback like that of that kind of magnitude. Many people cheering him on tonight.
Oh, yeah, of course. And the one thing we're going to expect tonight as well is those chilly temperatures. Here's a look at what you can expect for your night planner. Temperatures are going to drop off into the 40s tonight. Yes, unfortunately, that is a below average and a chilly start to our Monday morning. But hey, at least the sun shines back. We're going to have a look at your full forecast after the break. Stay with us.
Now, your Storm Tracker team forecast with Danielle Giuliano.
Well, the storms have pushed off to our east and left us with clear skies across the board as we head into our Sunday evening. They're taking a live look outside on our sky cam right now. Beautiful blue skies right now tonight. Temperatures dropping down into the lower 60s already. 62 degrees out there with winds out of the west-northwest, a little breezy at 10 miles per hour. Let's take a look at those winds. Again, you're seeing things gusting almost at 20 miles per hour here in Baton Rouge, 20 miles per hour out of the west-northwest in New Road. So yes, we're still getting those stronger gusts and again a little breezy, but those winds are anticipated to die down a little bit as we head into tonight. So temperatures also tonight going to drop down into the 40s before we warm right back up into the mid-70s, still sitting slightly below average for our Monday. And again, Low pressure center pushing off to the northeast there. A lot of showers and storms. We saw the severe weather make its way through yesterday all across the southeast, continuing through today. So again, a lot of strong storms making their way up to the northeast, but down here in Baton Rouge, we're starting to dry things out. A few wispy clouds making their way through, but overall it's going to be a clear and calm night tonight. So as that low pressure center continues to move off to the northeast, we're going to be watching as high pressure moves in from our southwest. It's going to move in. It's going to keep us dry. It's going to keep us sunny. It's going to keep us a little on the warmer side. And as that continues to push off to the east as you head into Monday, Tuesday, and now into Tuesday night there, it shifts off to the east. We start to see some cloud cover make its way back in there, and that continues into our Wednesday. Wednesday night, we have a slight chance to see some spotty showers, but the big thing we're watching is a frontal system that's going to set up in the Rockies. That's going to make its way through the southeast as you head into your Thursday and bring us another chance to see some of those stronger storms. So we're going to be watching it. That's our next system. So that's why we see rain chances only on Wednesday and Thursday of this week. Other than that, we're going to dry things out, and it's going to be pretty nice for your Easter weekend there. So again, midweek rain showers. After that will be okay. So we are below average tonight. We're seasonal weather. That does return the middle of the week there. You start to see some of those temperatures warm up close to 80 degrees. And then again, those midweek storm chances. So tonight, our low looking around 45 degrees, clear, cold, and dry. Tomorrow, warming things up back into the 70s, thankfully not in the 60s. 77 degrees there for your high, a chilly start, sunny and mild out there for your Monday. So I consider that a pretty good start to our work week there. We always like starting off Monday with a bit of sunshine. We warm up into the 80s by Tuesday. Wednesday, start to see that slight chance of showers Wednesday night. And then Thursday, that low pressure center from the Rockies starts to move on in. That's where you see that 70% chance for some showers and storms. We'll be watching that day closely, may become a weather aware day. For Good Friday there, sunshine returns and heads into a beautiful Easter weekend, mild temperatures and the upper 70s, low 80s, sunny skies, pretty nice weekend. So the big thing here is we're watching is Wednesday and Thursday. Wednesday night into Thursday for some of those isolated showers and storms. And remember, you can always catch us on the radio. We've partnered up with iHeartRadio Baton Rouge.
Not bad, Danielle. Comparatively speaking, this is a pretty good forecast.
Pretty good.
This time last week.
We lucked out yesterday. We only saw a bit of wind damage, and that wasn't even due to the storms. That was just due to our high winds. Now we're seeing clear skies, and then we're just kind of have to keep an eye on Thursday.
Yep, and Thursday, you know, I think it's good to just kind of get the flowers, keep them wet and keep them hydrated.
April showers bring May flowers.
There we go. That's the story. All right,
Put a
Danielle, thank you
positive
so much.
spin on it, guys. Wow, good
That's
job.
it. Well, you had fun today.
Oh, I did. Sitting inside before work, watching old Tiger do his thing. Of course, that is the story nationally. We're going to show you how it was done over there in Augusta. But of course, local news. We're talking LSU baseball and softball. Everything on deck next.
And now, Go Nation with Morgan Beard.
LSU baseball and softball in just a second, but to the biggest sports story this year. It's come full circle. His first Masters championship, 1997. A whole lot of wins and majors in between. Then came that adversity. And here in 2019, well, this one for Tiger Woods, you can call a comeback. Let's go out there to the final round here on Sunday. That man, Eldrick Woods, coming into the day just 2 strokes back of the lead. And on the 8th hole here, a birdie putt to make it 12 under. And now Francesco Molinari came into the day leading. Brooks Koepka was there tied for the lead. As many as 5 people tied for the lead in this one. But here on the 16th, Tiger Woods, great tee shot, and watch it set up beautifully. Slow roller going around, and it'll wrap around that cup, and it would set up Tiger for yet another birdie. He takes a 2-shot lead, and here on the 18th hole, Tiger taps it in, and with that, his first major title since 2008, the first Masters title since 2005, Tiger Woods back on top, and here speaking after the comeback.
Just unreal, to be honest with you. It's you know, just the whole tournament has meant so much to me over the years. Coming here in '95 for the first time and be able to play as an amateur, winning in '97, and then come full circle 22 years later, be able to do it again.
Yeah, and in case you did miss it, wow, you missed quite a moment there watching him all weekend long, especially today. He was locked in. It's Tiger's 15th major win, now just 3 shy of the great Jack Nicklaus. The 14 years between Masters wins is the longest gap in tournament history. And Tiger, well, he's 43. He's the oldest to win the Masters since, you guessed it, Jack Nicklaus. So props to Tiger. But all right, how do we follow that up, though? We'll try by coming back to Baton Rouge sports, and a big one, the LSU baseball team in Columbia, Missouri, where before today's, or I should say yesterday's loss, had never lost to Missouri, and today on the verge of losing its first ever series to those other Tigers. To Taylor Park we go. Eric Walker getting the Sunday start, and it's 2-on for Mizzou's Tony Ortiz. And he's looking like David Ortiz right here with the 3-run home run. Count it up, 3-0 lead for Mizzou, and that is just the beginning as we fast forward to the 6th. It's 8-0 Mizzou, and LSU's first run of the game coming by way of a wild pitch. Riveting stuff right here for LSU, obviously not their day. And then obviously here, a little ground out, it would score another one. Antoine Duplantis would have a 2 RBI triple. Obviously not enough as LSU drops its first ever series to Missouri, losing Game 3, 11-5. And for softball, you know, they were looking to take the series from Kentucky after splitting games 1 and 2. Yesterday, that wind you just saw, keeping those fly balls inside Tiger Park. And even though there was a slight breeze and chill, the bats would be hot for the Tigers. Let's go out to Tiger Park. You know, before that, though, Shelby Sunseri would notch 6 strikeouts, the most by a Tiger since March 22nd. And then here you see, though, the bats come alive. Shemaya Sanchez. This is the first of what would be 2 home runs. This one, a 2-run shot to give the Tigers the lead. And no, it's not deja vu. Harrison is Shimmy Shea doing it again, saying, how y'all doing tonight with that 2nd home run, the 4th time just this year with multiple homers in a game. Now let's go back to back. At least Thornhill jacking it out of Tiger Park as well. LSU wins 5-2. They take the series from the Wildcats. Of course, 2-1 in that weekend slate. So good on LSU softball, LSU baseball, dropping 2 out of 3 there in Missouri. But of course, bringing it back to the beginning, Tiger Woods, if you're on Twitter, on social media, that's exactly what everyone is talking about, and for good reason. The best story so far this year.
Yep, very few dry eyes watching that thing.
Oh, especially when he hugged his son. Come on, come on.
Oh, it's the best.
It was good. More on that coming up tonight, too.
Exactly. All right, Morgan Beard, thank you so much. We'll be back. Stay with us. Kicker's dead.
Let me see you try to pronounce
the kicker is kicking.
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly.
You had to pronounce them. No, I want to hear you.
No, I mean,
let me see.
Olena. Should I say that on the air? It's like, oh, we had a Game of Thrones kicker, but it was cute.
God, I got so mad when I first started watching.
Yeah.
When I first started watching that show, I was like, no, he's never gonna die. He's like the main character.
Who start?
Boy, was I wrong.
Can I tease it for 10 and just say like, it was killed and then yeah. All right.
let's take another last look at your 7-day forecast here. Today's going to be nice. Tuesday's going to be nice. Monday, I'm sorry, I skipped that one. Monday's also going to be nice. Wednesday night, you start to see some showers make their way in. Thursday, we'll see if we end up making that a weather aware day. Give it one more day before we decide on that. And then as we head into Easter weekend, it looks like a pretty nice weekend there with sunny skies, temperatures in the upper 70s, low 80s. So pretty nice forecast.
Yeah, not too bad, Danielle. I'll tell you what, so we were going to end our show by doing a story about how parents are naming their kids after Game of Thrones characters. But in true Game of Thrones fashion, I guess we call it, it's been killed.
Have you guys watched Game of Thrones?
I'm not much of a... I'm catching up.
Yeah, I'm catching up. For time reasons, we have to cut it out of this podcast.
The way you have these spelled out here, I'm guessing you have it. But it's a really good show.
I'm going to need some help pronouncing these names, and we'll have more for that at 10 o'clock. In the meantime, always your news, weather, sports, brproud.com. We're back at 10. See you then.